G'day, g'day. Welcome to a 1v1 on Schedlt, and we have Sunbeam on the German team up against Judkins on the Commonwealth team, and we have a very special guest here today, name of Hansi. Hello.
G'day everyone, yes, I'm finally back. I've got a headset. I think it was a good 2 or 3 months, and I finally got one, and Strat has roped me into dual casting, which I love. So I'm going to inform you that Judkins, off the bat, has bought an assault squad, nothing else but just the assault squad. What's Sunbeam doing, Strat?
Oh, he has got a regular squad. Sunbeam plays with the regular squads. I've watched a few games of him play, and he likes to go with the regular squad. In my opinion, probably not the best buy, but perhaps maybe in the next patch he might be better.
Yeah, that's a very good point. But with the regular squad on the map of Schedlt, though, as you know, I do consider myself the Schedlt expert. You can chuck the machine gunner right in that beautiful building that's just off the centre, and here come the first engagements. I see he's stacking up along the wall with the rifleman, and there's that machine gunner, Strat.
Indeed. I haven't seen firing yet. It's not in a decent position yet. It's going to... Actually can't find it. Oh, there it is on the left-hand side. Firing away. Looks like Judkins' trips is pinned down, but here comes the grenade war. No one going into that riverway. I haven't noticed many of these newer people to the competitive games going to that riverway. That riverway is a nasty one, isn't it?
Yeah, no, if you can easily AT grenade the two, I don't know, bits of garbage in front of those rivers, they're all getting into that alleyway of water. The name escapes me right now, but yeah, you can definitely get in there and just throw grenades up over, and you can actually even hit that second layer of bricks where Judkins' MG is, Sunbeam's MG is, and also where Sunbeam
right over there, I can see it. Yeah, right there. Yeah, indeed. This riverway, also the water dampens the explosiveness of the grenades. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it definitely does. If you get guys in there, I usually always try and lay an SMG guy right down in that corner where Sunbeam's rifleman is right now, right down the corner of the river there, and also throwing grenades out of there is just going to become a nightmare because you have to micro to get people out of that river, and it becomes really annoying because if somebody has to micro guys out of the river, you can attack somewhere else.
Exactly, keep them occupied, most definitely. As on the eastern point, we have Judkins capping it uncontested, Sunbeam not sending even one guy there, so there's no line of sight whatsoever. Judkins could potentially sneak all the way from that area to spot his spawn, and on the western point we have Sunbeam only holding with 2 or 3 guys, looking very precarious for him. What's coming to the western point? Anything?
Well, Judkins has only bought the assault squad. He's got the EM3 rifle grenade, perched in a pretty good position. I probably would move it maybe just a little bit further back. It's in a little bit of danger there, but he does have the right-hand point, or the eastern point, as you call it, uncontested, and I believe Sunbeam has just bought some Panzer Grenadiers.
Indeed he has. Is the 1 pointers out? That veteran sniper is pesky on this map. It's 17 seconds it seems. That big house in the very... You know what the house I'm talking about? The one with 4 levels in fact. Putting one guy up there, one sniper that can cover the entire center.
Yeah, if you get a sniper in that top building, it's definitely going to... Oh, very nice grenade work there from Judkins.
Yes.
See, this is what I mean. He has opened the valley. He has opened just a beautiful area to throw grenades over. I can see an AT rifle from Sunbeam. If he gets an SMG soldier in there as well, he's going to have 2 grenades and even an AT grenade to throw out. But it seems as though Sunbeam has not been alerted to the fact that he can get into the river. No,
he's a very new player to the competitive scene. He's actually only got 70 hours in Men of War in the entire series, so he just started in number 2. So I doubt he actually knows about that, and this is going to give just a huge advantage to really annoy him and capture the center. It looks like he's only got 1 guy there so far. How many people has he got down in that riverway?
He does only have the 1 rifleman at the middle. Judkins has also bought a Blackwatch squad, the 1 hero point unit, another assault squad, and also adding to his arsenal a Orlecan, which is currently moving up on the hill. You'll probably see it pop into action very, very soon. I think he's just about to put it down.
Oh, there it is.
It's got in a very, very nice place as well. You're about to see it fire.
I see it. This is going to be a turn. I haven't seen it myself, but it looks like it's going to be a turn of the tide here with the shootouts. Look at that. The MG Panzer Grenadiers in one blow. Powerful. But at spawn here, there's a Flak 38 that hasn't been moving for the last minute from Sunbeam. So he had the same idea as Judkins to go the 20mm, but unfortunately, I think maybe a bit of lag or a Men of War glitch made it stuck in spawn.
Well, Judkins has completed a miniature assault over on the western point, and it looks like he's going for a 3-cap. A 3-cap in a 50-point game is very dangerous. I'm surprised the scores are still 0-0, but I guess both teams have had their far points and they've just been fighting over the middle, so no one's had the opportunity to tick up.
Indeed, it does always like a very close game. It's surprisingly at almost 5 minutes in, it's now 1 point to just goes on the board, and unfortunately a motorcycle sent by Sunbeam has just got decrewed instantly without getting damaged whatsoever. So it's a free motorcycle delivered to Jutska on the western point, on the eastern point.
Yes, it is, and Judkins is now throwing a few more people into that river, and he's also moving up very nicely, showing off his micromanagement skills, whilst trying to take out the Panzergrenz at the left, trying to defend and trying to hold the foothold that Sunbeam has off the back and middle. He's just bought a AT infantry squad as well, so I'm sure that'll be trying to move around, and there's the flak.
Oh, you see the flak coming? The flak's approaching the centre now. And he's also bought a assault squad. So there's nothing really on the field for Sunbeam. He's only got one assault squad, which is now approaching the western point, and a flak, which is totally unsupported. And Jutska seems like he's got the western point very entrenched with a machine gun of the Lewis kind.
Yeah, he does have the machine gun that you can see. There's also a few SMG guys hiding around corners, just covering the most important flanks. And also that town that's closer to Sunbeam's side is currently covered with 2 riflemen and an SMG guy. They're just ducking around in some corners there. So he's got a very, very nice lockdown, and he's got the 3 cap up.
Right, yeah, I don't see Sunbeam coming back into this right now with the units he has in the field. Just that one assault squad still, plus the flak. It's very important. I think the problem here right now for Sunbeam is he's not keeping up the infantry flow. You've got to, I think, at least have 2 squads on the field at a time to constantly pressure and plug in the gaps, because right now it seems like Judkins is able to use the time, or the downtime with no infantry flow, to infest all the nooks and crannies of this map.
Yeah, and if you could see from my side, you can see, this is what I highly recommend in a 1v1, is he's just got a spread, not exactly a line, but just a spread of soldiers all the way down the middle of the map, from the western to the eastern side. He's just got eyes everywhere, so nothing can sneak around, and he's just got soldiers, if they're behind corner, they're not exactly shooting and doing the job, they're just there. He's just got line of sight pretty much everywhere, and Judkins is really showing, I guess, what the elite players do here, is Judkins is considered to be slightly better than the average.
Indeed, I think he's the favourite for his group so far, with Boogeyman, Brigham and Battle Ace in that particular group. It should go be very, very close between all the players. As we see Sunbeam now buying a 223, usually the sign of a desperate player with a 223, don't you think?
Yeah, Judkins has bought a 2-pounder as well, which I feel as though isn't the greatest buy, considering he could have gone, I don't know, maybe even a Daimler or something, because the biggest thing is a 223. There is that flak, but he doesn't really need to worry about that. He could easily avoid that, but he sent the 2-pounder all the way over to the eastern point, so I guess he's just having it there just in case Sunbeam attacks that western point, eastern point, sorry, but it doesn't really look like anything's going to happen as that 223 explodes into a million billion pieces.
Yep, unfortunately this is looking to be a very one-sided game, and I'm not too sure how he's going to come back. There's really not much he can do other than perhaps maybe try that light vehicle assault on the eastern point, and Judkins is definitely ready for it, because that's what I will be doing right now, trying maybe a 2-2 looks rush with an infantry squad on the left-hand point. There's really not much else. I don't see Sunbeam getting back into this. What would you do versus Judkins right now?
Well, he's obviously throwing everything he can at the point that's closest to his spawn, which is a good idea, but at the moment you need to just create distractions, so you need to think, where is Judkins going to be looking the most, and if you're very aggressive on that western point, as he is, that's where he's going to be looking. So if you just throw a few infantry around, just, I don't know, maybe by a machine gunner, get some cover fire in there, and then really focus on the far away point, so it just drags, I guess, your opponent's vision to one side of the map whilst you are actually attacking the other side. And I can see Sunbeam is moving up paratroopers on that point now, so he may be listening to you.
Indeed, it's always very good to try at different points, not attack the same point over and over, as the enemy will most likely be prepared for your assault in that area. As a paratrooper assault here is coming, looks like he's shooting out Judkins' troops quite easily with the elite tier troops, and might be able to get a grenade off this 2-pounder, as Judkins looks like he has the Anzacs coming up. Is there anything else? Oh no, there's the elite one I just saw, and he would be able to dispatch the elite troops quite easily. I see on the western point though, Judkins has troops all over the place, in buildings and everywhere. I think Sunbeam may need to throw maybe 20 plus grenades to actually get Judkins out of the point.
Yeah, he's really got a nice infantry cover. It's really, really impressive of how he's just been able to move in and slowly repel Sunbeam's attack. Not only that, just to push off the two SMG guys which were there early with only a single rifleman, which is pretty impressive as well. He's got the flak to deal with at middle, but he's just really ignoring that, and we can see that paratrooper on the far side that was trying to grenade the two-pounder, I guess. And it's pretty much just business as usual, as I think Judkins is just going to wait for the tick up, but the middle is currently being capped by Sunbeam.
Oh, very nice. So he's managed to get into the center here with his Flak 38, and it looks like he may be able to take that unless there's a tank coming, as the two-pounders on the left. The Lekon is also on the eastern point, and he may be a bit CP capped to afford any sort of tank, as I've seen heaps of infantry on the western point. But I doubt Judkins does have the CP for a tank.
He does have 11 CP. I wouldn't say he would have the CP for a Cromwell with 23, but he did get a Crusader AA, which is more than going to be able to deal with the flak. It might not be able to destroy it, but it is going to be able to kill the infantry and also take out the flak, unless the flak gets, I don't know, some lucky physics shot into its, I don't know, fuel tank or something. But I really don't like Sunbeam's chances, and I think we're just going to see a slow tick up and probably going to be the witnesses of a 50-0 victory.
It looks like to be the case. While we're at the point of Crusader AA versus the Flak 38, you can actually aim at the main gun of the Crusader AA from a decent range with a 20mm, and you can main gun it and turret it, so that is the weak spot for the Crusader AA. I think the main problem with this game, Hansi, was really not pressuring and not keeping the infantry flow for Sunbeam. So when he lost the squad, he needs to replenish it as soon as possible, and really this allowed Judkins to really have all the time in the world to place all these troops into all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, well, I did notice that Judska was much better at reinforcing his attacks, as in he would scout with maybe one or two riflemen, work out what was there, and once he worked out that Sunbeam had nothing, he pushed home his advantage in numbers very, very quickly. As soon as that early game, how he chucked that rifleman over on the western point, he was soon very, very quick to... Wow, that was actually quite impressive, that hull damage there. But there is also a diameter coming from Judska, so I guess it's just late game fun right now, as it's 48-0.
Looks like there's no chance he's coming back here, but that's an interesting buy at the end. I think it would have actually been a good buy if the game went on a bit longer. It would have taken out the two-pounder and also the Lekon, and obviously the Crusader AA, which is already done. But there goes the shenanigans there, as the Daimler has won the day. So good game to Hansi, good game to Judkins, and nice to have you on board, Hansi.
GG's, very well played. Thanks, Strut.